Dear students, today let us learn one among the teaching skills, that is illustration with examples. We know that teaching is a complex task, and this very fact increases the expectations from teachers. A teacher needs to equip herself with various skills to provide better learning experiences to his or her students. During teaching, generally, a teacher describes or explains the ideas, concepts, principles, or generalizations. The concepts are of two types: concrete abstract concepts and the abstract concepts. So, concrete concepts can easily be taught by using images, real objects, or situations. Now, teaching of abstract concepts become difficult. So, a teacher, while making the student to understand the abstract concepts, he uses examples. That is what is called as the skill of illustration with examples. It means in order to develop the understanding of the students, be it of concrete or abstract concepts, when a teacher explains using examples, that is called as the skill of illustration with example. Now let us know the meaning of the same closely. An art of judicious selection and proper presentation of examples to provide better understanding of the concepts, ideas, or principles is termed as a skill of illustration with example. Here, the significant thing is that the judicious selection. What is the meaning of judicious selection? It means the wise selection, selecting the examples wisely and presenting them properly is also a skill. So choose the examples wisely. It means, what is the meaning here? Present the example which are very much relevant to the rule, right? Second important thing is that the example should be presented from simple to complex, so that accordingly the understanding of the students take place. Now let us know the meaning of illustration. Okay, so the meaning of illustration is any kind of picture, drawing, or first the dictionary meaning of illustration is to illuminate or to enlighten, right? So here I mean to say is that in order to enlighten or to make the concept clear to the students, when a teacher uses picture, drawing, sketch, figure, or any kind of the examples, that is called as the skill of illustration with examples. Now let us know the meaning of example. Example is an observation or situation which represents a pattern or category of concepts. Here I would like to give an example. If I am teaching the students present continuous tense, to teach the present continuous tense, I may give an example that birds are flying in the sky. Meaning here is that my example, the birds are flying high in the sky, represents the example or entire category of present continuous tense. So you should choose those examples. That is what we said, the judicious selection. You should choose those examples which represent the entire class of the rule which you are going to teach to your students. Now let us see what are the components of your skill, that is illustration with examples. So the first component is formulating simple examples. The exam here, there is an error. M has been placed here, which is not needed to come. So examples, simple examples, that is your first component. So the examples or situations, which are the simple examples? The examples or situations which are known to the students or which are based on the previous knowledge of the students are called as the simple examples. Now, how can you ensure that the example is simple? In order to ensure that examples are simple, the teacher should know the age, grade, or the general background of the students, right? For an example, I would like to tell you here, if a teacher is teaching adjective, you have given example, I have a red car. Fine, red color is known to the students, right? But if you use something that I have a Mercedes Benz, right, which is of black color. So here of course black is known to the students, but Mercedes Benz is the noun here and that is not known to the students. So what I mean to say is that the example should be such, all the parts of that example should be clearer to the students. It is not only that what you are going to teach should only be simple. I mean to say the meaning of the entire example should be clear to the students. We have to understand that we are trying to develop the understanding of the students from simple to complex, right? Now coming to the next component, that is the relevant examples, formulating relevant examples. While formulating relevant examples, it becomes very much necessary that example should be related to the concept or rule what you are going to teach. When, of course, and how you can ensure that? The point can be ensured just by referring to a good grammar book or some authentic grammar book. Okay, so now let us move towards the next component, that is your interesting examples. The situations or examples which a teacher presents should be such that it must arouse some curiosity among the students. It should seek and sustain the interest or attention of the students throughout the time when you are developing the concept. So that can be ensured by knowing the age level of the students. So if you know the age or the grade level of the interest level of the students, after having discussion with them, accordingly the examples can be formulated. So we have discussed now here the three kinds of the components, that is simple examples, relevant examples and the interesting examples. Now let us continue our components. The next component is using appropriate media. The use of media refers to the use of teaching learning material for presenting the examples. Here the teaching learning material can be auditory, visual or tactile, where the students get opportunity to engage in the different manners, right? And the appropriateness of the media means that media or material means that the chosen material should be according to the age, grade and maturity level of the students. Our next component which is very significant is using appropriate approach. Approach means which manner you are going to present your examples become very significant in understanding a concept. So the first approach for teaching examples for giving examples we adopt, that is your inductive approach. What is the meaning of inductive approach? Try to understand clearly that in an inductive approach, a teacher reaches to the rule or concept after giving certain examples. This approach follows the maxim of known to unknown. It means with the help of familiar examples, the students understand the concepts, right? They are involved in learning of the concept. That is what is called as your inductive approach. After giving the examples, the teacher reaches to the definition, that is the meaning. Now coming to the next, that is the deductive approach. So in deductive approach, the teacher teaches the rule first. In inductive approach, the teacher reaches to the rule. In the deductive approach, the teacher teaches the rule first and then he gives the examples to support the understanding of the students. Dear student, there is another approach which is called as the combined approach also. That approach is inducto-deductive approach or inductive-deductive approach. Now how it happens in that is, the teacher gives examples involving the students through the use of their previous knowledge. So first the teacher has given the example, involve the students, then following these examples the teacher reaches to the rule or the concept. So examples reaching to the definition, then in order to ensure whether they have learnt the concept or not, teacher asks the students to produce the examples. So this is a three-stage approach where first giving the examples, involving the students, reaching to the definition, and third, once again asking the students to give the examples in order to ensure whether the students have understood it or not. So our next next component is the pupils' participation. Dear students, the most important component of your entire teaching, it is not only related to illustration, the example is pupils' participation. A teacher during his teaching, right, he need to engage the students. I mean to say here, during his teaching means what? Since introducing the lesson till the closure of the lesson, the teacher requires to involve the students in different ways, right? Like during the introduction stage, the teacher can seek the previous knowledge of the students. While developing the concept, while giving the examples, again the teacher can utilize their previous knowledges, their previous experiences, so that the involvement of the students in the classroom will create interest, will sustain their interest and attention throughout the class, will keep them motivated and encouraged during the class. So keeping them engaged, keeping them not only engaged, keeping them active throughout the class, right? It is needed that a teacher should seek a proper or appropriate pupils' participation, but we have to remember that the maximum level of the the involvement of the student is necessary, but it doesn't mean maximum means throughout the time without reaching or developing something we are keeping the students engaged in the activities. No. Okay, the important thing is that wherever is necessary, in order to sustain their attention and interest, we should keep the students involved. So what we have seen here is that we have discussed about some components, total 6 components we have discussed, that is giving the simple examples, relevant examples, using appropriate media, using appropriate approach, and the pupils' participation. Dear students, these all examples, these all components should be guided in such a way, should be used in such a way so that the judicious use of each component takes place in the classroom as and when necessary. So I hope you have understood the meaning of illustration example and the components of the same. Here I need to just tell you people is that we all are involved in teaching, right? So let us make learning an interesting engagement among the student, teacher and the learning material. I hope the concept is clear to you. So thank you so much. So have a good day.